We live. Welcome back, all you beautiful people, to that We Got Action podcast. This episode 29 coming at you all, blowing some kisses down there. I see you. I see you. We're gonna be in some NBA talk today. Before we get into things, I know I said it last episode, but I just want to go ahead and shout out our boy Drake one more time. He does have something cooking for us. Him and Danny have been talking, and we're gonna have something in the works that's gonna be kind of on full display in the new year. So you guys should see that hopefully by episode 30 next time we are live after this. Yeah, shout out Drake, man. It's pretty cool. But NBA, man. NBA. I know we got some semi-breaking news, semi sort of pretty much right now, history, this and that. The Don himself. What was it? 60 points?
60 points, 21 rebounds, and 10
21
assists.
rebounds, 10 assists.
The first
on
ever
21 of
60
31 shooting.
the first ever 60
Yo,
20
that's
game
insane.
in NBA history.
Crazy.
On
So,
21
if y'all were watching the NFL portion when Danny broke the news about his end of regulation stat line,
Yeah,
and
facts.
I said, I'll die because I'm playing him in fantasy, and this man decided to just fill up
5 players worth of stats.
Yeah. What you got for us? You got a little bit of some spiciness to your.
This
to
is
these
something I
questions
really
that
want
you
to talk
got.
about too. This was one of my
Yeah.
this was the one point I had written down for a couple hours while I was
Yeah.
thinking about some of my other ones.
Brooklyn.
Thank you.
Brooklyn. So,
What you
guys,
got-
the
what you got
Brooklyn
for
Nets,
us?
the Brooklyn Nets are on fire right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody been paying attention. KD and Kyrie both had 32 last night.
Oh,
But
man, no.
No, but they looking really good. They got TJ Warren back in the mix. I think they're starting to get healthy, and they looking really good right now. My question for you is this: after much doubt heading into the season about the Brooklyn Nets, one, the first question is why are they having this success? Two, do you want to put them in the title contender picture right now? They're sitting third in the East and not very far. So what do you got for the Nets right now, currently at this point in the season?
I mean, I'll start with, I think out of the 4 of us, I had them the highest.
Yeah.
I was the highest on them. I know you guys didn't want to necessarily, look at just the talent they had on paper, but I've said the whole like preseason that they were one of the most talented teams on paper. They just had to get everything to fit. I think them parting ways with Steve, it was Steve Nash, and then bringing in
Jacques Vaughn.
I'm
Jacques
so
Vaughn.
fucking bad with names.
They just boosted him up. They ain't
So
really
but it didn't work right away. But now we're really seeing the benefits, and I think having Kyrie back consistently, is the second biggest thing for me. Again, they added to what Isaac's biggest point was, struggling with their depth, and then TJ Warren giving them their depth, Royce O'Neal giving them the depth.
Seth Curry getting back healthy.
Seth Curry. I think Joe Harris is out.
Joe
I think
Harris.
he's out right now, or just didn't play tonight or the last game.
Yeah, he's been in and out, but he's been at least somewhat.
He's a good shooter when he's healthy. It's just adding up. I think when you have KD and Kyrie, it's just so hard to not be good. And I think the system they're really starting to mold the system around them too. And pieces are falling, man. They're playing defense. The effort's there. They're winning close games. They're winning big games. Yeah, 20-6 over the last 26 games. That's that's number 1 in the East.
One thing I really like is the addition of TJ Warren.
It's huge, man. It fits what Isaac was saying.
And I think part of it, another thing is like it allows Ben Simmons to just do what he's good at
and secondary stuff and not to worry about
he doesn't have to be worried.
15.
Exactly.
No.
And so now when you have TJ Warren, who's scoring, he had 23 last game, but he's been consistently getting 10 to 17 points.
And he doesn't have to be 13, like 14. He was in Indiana as the number 2.
Yeah.
He's a number 3 and number 4.
Yeah, and he's got Royce O'Neal, who's
right.
3-point shooting shooting and 3-point shooting in December have been over 50%, both of them.
Yeah.
He plays good defense. He's a good secondary playmaker. Like, I think the only thing I look at this team and be like, this could be a problem is when I look at their center and the depth, especially because Claxton's had a good year. And I just worry about if they play the Sixers in a playoff matchup, Embiid's going to have Claxton fouled out in the third quarter, right? So what, you're going to throw KD at him?
Anybody fouled out.
Yeah, but when you're at a team with one big, it puts you in a more precarious position.
Even you could say a player like Giannis as well.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think I'll just finish my thought. Is like this is the stuff that is addressed in the trade deadline and buyout market.
Yep.
So I think they're in a really, really good spot because Jacques Vaughn really looks like he knows how to get the best out of what he's got.
Yeah.
And all they got to do is just make a couple, as most contenders do, make those championship moves around the deadline buyout market that really, fix a hole or push them over the top.
Yeah, it's really one or two.
That's just fine tuning the team. Yeah.
Go
ahead,
honestly, I like where they at, and I probably got to apologize to Ben Simmons. I gave you a lot of crap.
We all did. I did too.
And it's frustrating still a little bit for me to watch you with that much size. But your role is to facilitate, and that's exactly what you're doing. Facilitate, and you do the dirty work. You get on the defensive side, and you do defense, getting your passing lanes, and then because he's averaging, I think, 1.4 steals for the team also, and he got 6 assists a game. He doesn't have to score since TJ Warren back. Now he can just let everybody else do what they got to do. You got an efficient Kevin Durant back. The reason why I'm not worried about the big aspect is because I think Brooklyn is even more dangerous when they go even smaller with a Ben Simmons on the floor. Yeah. Now, I just think that's where it puts. Well, you can have Joel out there because Ben Simmons ain't gonna shoot it, but you put Joel.
I think Ben could hold his own on the block against Joel, especially with that extra motivation.
Maybe a little bit of anger and feist.
Yeah. I think you also put Joel in those situations where he has to guard Ben from left to right, since he has to sag off because he has to respect that. Like, I'm not gonna go all the way up on you because you're quicker than me. So now I think that puts Joel in a situation. So I think Joel will still get his in the series. I just think that defensive aspect has to hold up for him. They got better defensively during this stretch. It has to hold up. Yes, Claxton's doing well.
But it's all effort, though. It's all effort. I mean, you just gotta when you're asking guys to do less because your superstars are fulfilling what they're supposed to be doing. Like Kyrie would be my only thing. Like he's actually out there playing consistent minutes. Yeah, and you got guys filling roles like TJ Warren, just asking him to fucking just score. Like we're not asking you to be anything else, just score. And then same with other guys just spotting up in the corners. Like when guys are just filling roles and doing that consistently, then you can actually build confidence. And then you can actually, that effort comes after that. Once you're confident and you know what I'm saying? Like you see shots falling, then your effort falls on the defense. It's two sides.
Yeah. That's where I'm at too. Again, the Nets have snuck up on everybody. They haven't been in the news.
Not me, boy, not me.
Well, but I'm just saying, they haven't been in the hyped up news. Not everybody's taking notice or anything like that. Again, Kyrie.
I think finally a little bit.
Kyrie has had his head on straight, hasn't made any news or anything like that, especially with him, getting his shoe deal basically cut from Nike as well.
You don't need him.
Where was I? I don't remember where I was. I saw they got all the Kyries going for they got 60%, 70% off.
Yeah.
Kyrie sevens and fly traps. Cheap, boy.
But I'm just happy at what they're doing. They're fulfilling their potential, but I think it's also Jacques Vaughn holding the team accountable. Steve Nash didn't do that.
He might have had his mind in the right place, but I agree, it's that culture, it's that accountability,
leadership.
It's that leadership.
I think Jacques Vaughn, again, he had a bad stint in Orlando when he was the coach. He was terrible with them, but this team again solidified with stars, solidified with role players. I just think you're getting what you're asking for now. You're getting the investment, you're getting the return on your investment with this team now and what you've built them to be. So
to the second point of Isaac's question now, playoff contender, as in pushing for the conference finals, pushing for the finals.
Yes.
Because you got to remember Philly, Milwaukee, Boston. Cleveland.
I still honestly though, if we're talking, let's say, because I think Milwaukee, I think Milwaukee still has a great chance no matter what. They just got to be healthy. But I think we got to talk about. I think Brooklyn. I'm gonna put Brooklyn over Philadelphia right now. I think Brooklyn can show that no matter. I think they have the better role players, in my opinion. Defense, I'm going to give to Philadelphia. But if shots are not falling, but if shots are not falling for Philly, and Brooklyn is on fire offensively, game's over.
I mean, you got to look at Maxey. He hasn't played in a month.
Correct, that too. But I just believe
fresh back and put up 40 assists in 3 games.
I just believe more in Kevin Durant and Kyrie than I do believe in James Harden and Joel Embiid at this point.
Not the Joel aspect, but the role players behind Joel.
And what surrounds them.
Because he has to be extremely dominant in the playoffs.
Yeah. I know Joel is gonna show up, but again, in the playoffs, James Harden's been hindered in the playoffs. He's been terrible, to say the least. But the supporting cast around Brooklyn to me is better than the supporting cast in Philadelphia.
It's bold.
Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say conference finals and finals isn't out of the question for this team right now, the way that they're playing and the trajectory that they're on.
I would agree.
Why do I got you disturbed, sir?
Because you mentioned Embiid's name.
You mentioned Embiid's name.
Oh. You can't do that
in his presence.
I know.
You just
go ahead.
No,
come on with it.
I think Philly has a better, well-constructed team, in my opinion, than Philly. Like, I think it hinders shit.
You mean than Brooklyn? Then Brooklyn.
Yeah, then Brooklyn.
Okay.
But you got so many catch and shoot guys on Brooklyn. You got Seth, you got Joe, you got Cam, you got Patty Mills, Camp, Edmund Sumner. These are all catch and shoot guys.
Yuta Watanabe.
Yeah, Yuri Watanabe. Yeah, he a big. They're all catch and shoot guys.
Shooting 65% from the corner.
That's cute, but when you still got a DeAnthony Melton coming off your bench, I will rock with him off the bench. You feel me? Georgie's name feels the need every time he steps into the game.
Against the Bulls, maybe.
No, he does it though. He gets his job done. But they are a deep team coached by Doc Rivers. I'm a huge fan of Doc. And then on top of that, I think with Joel Embiid still showing up, still hits a deep, dark hole for Philly on the inside. Like, shit, he was just talking about it. Can't nobody stop that on that side. Not KD, not Ben, not a single soul is going to stop Joel from eating. And then if James Harden doesn't have to.
My only problem with that is when you look at the last.
Up for Harden. Yeah. In my opinion.
My only problem with that is the last couple of years, when you look at Joel in the playoffs, teams have let him get 35 and 15.
Yeah.
And they've gone 5 and out. You know what I'm saying? 6-game series.
Yeah.
Like, I think teams are perfectly fine letting Joel get 30, 35, 40 if they can limit the role players consistently.
And I think with
I'm just showing you what's consistently worked against them.
But those are teams that can play 5 and out. You can't play 5 and out in Brooklyn. Unless you take Ben Simmons off the floor, then you could play 5 and out. Because Ben Simmons only can drive.
I don't think they have any. I don't think Jacques will have any problem doing that. Steve Nash might have,
but not Jacques.
That's where I think you've seen this.
Come on, so you're telling me that you believe more in the team surrounding James Harden and Joel Embiid than you would in the team surrounding Kyrie and KD.
I mean, at this point in the season, both teams are the hottest teams in the NBA. Both of those two teams right now.
Okay, so if you had let's take away the supporting cast, because I think we're at least me, C are in agreement of Brooklyn having the better supporting cast, and then you think that Philly has the better supporting cast. Now we just had to take out the 2 players. Would you 2-on-2 Kyrie and KD versus Joel? Or at least not versus, because we know that wouldn't be a good matchup. But I'm just saying Kyrie and KD to show up versus James Harden and Joel Embiid to show up. Who are you taking?
I'm still taking Joel for the size.
No.
Yeah, but he's only said that every time he only says Joel.
I know.
But he only says Joel every time.
I'm saying James Harden and Joel. I'm saying James Harden and Joel
it hasn't worked his whole career.
Or Kyrie Irving and KD to show up in the playoffs. Let me tell you. So give me a straight answer. Come on, exactly.
No. Because I'm taking 2 guys. It has nothing to me. It has nothing to do with that. I'm not taking those 2. When you put just those 2, yes, I will take those 2 over them 2. But when you put the supporting cast is mixed into it, that boosts them over them every time.
I disagree.
I don't think Philly's surrounding cast is that much better.
I think Maxey is far better than Brooklyn's third option.
Maxey's far better than TJ Warren, but beyond that,
I think it drops off, especially like you have Melton as your like defensive specialist, kind of shooter off the bench. Not the most consistent
shooter. They've got 2 or 3 of those in Brooklyn.
And Brooklyn's got better shooters, straight up. They might not be as good defensively, but I think what Royce O'Neal's given them has been huge.
And he's playing the best ball in his career
we're only 30 games in. This could all change.
Yeah, we're only 30 games in, but I'm still taking.
No. Don't even say Don't even say that. Don't even agree with what he just said.
Okay, he was about to say he's still taking the Sixers.
I'm still taking the Sixers.
I'll take you up on that once we get to the playoffs.
I got Joel. I still got Harden. If Tobias just shows up, shit, that really eliminates that whole entire thing.
That's a big if right there.
Yeah. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about Tobias?
Yeah, but if Tobias is worried about Royce, I didn't forget about him. I ain't forget about him. Tobias, you still got Matisse Thybulle as the actual defensive specialist.
And he don't play. Keep going.
What, 5 minutes? In 5 minutes?
Steph Curry can't guard. None of the role players can guard on that three. They're all just offensive.
It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. It ain't going to matter. They're going to knock down shots. They're going to knock down shots. All right. You sit your faith in those two while the rest of them boost them up and win that game. I'm still taking it. With a guy who's taking probably one shot a game.
I don't trust.
And then my main thing is this: when you put them two on the floor, when we even said go smaller, you put Ben Simmons on Joel. Joel is going to sit in the paint a little bit, and you give him a chance to sit in the paint and cover down. So Philly deadass need to rely on either finding a way to create shots for the actual three-point shooters, or you rely on Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And the way they're going, in my opinion, right now, currently where they at, you will need a damn performance like LeBron and Kyrie did in Game 6 to beat that Philly team, just because of the role players in that sense.
Hell no.
I feel it.
Stop it.
I feel that.
I'm sticking with that. Right now at this point, I'm sticking with the track record that Philly has had in the playoffs.
Thank you.
And we said currently, and I'm still
losing.
Well, Doc Rivers gonna get it done.
I don't know about Milwaukee and Milwaukee
and
Boston.
Is Brooklyn a contender? And it's turned into who wins? Philly.
I don't know if they beat Boston because Boston had that. That's not absurd. Boston had the formula to beat Brooklyn. Milwaukee, they look a little in the playoffs at least last year. But I think if they have their big three,
Middleton has not been.
If they have their big three, though, I feel like they're
not even a bro.
I just want to point out something that you said. I just want to point out something you said. You say that Doc Rivers is gonna get it done.
Never.
He ain't got it done since he ain't got it done since 08, my boy. He ain't got it done since 08.
He'll get it done against a team who was dead ass almost ranked last in perimeter defense with that same perimeter players, bro. I am still rocking out with what I have. A James Harden, a Tyrese Maxey, Tobias inconsistent ass, and I will rock with Joel. So y'all keep going with me. I will take that any day of the fucking week.
All right.
I will take it.
I'll come talk to you. I'll come talk to you in 4 months.
I'll still take it. Oh shit!
Give me the Nets.
All right. Well, give me the Nets though. You're right.
I mean, same with the Sixers. Healthy and hot.
Yeah. All right. That was spicy, bro. Well, we're gonna remember this. We're gonna pull it up, and we'll keep the receipts in about 5 months, 6 months.
I mean, neither team is winning the chip, but
yeah.
I mean, that's why we over here arguing about two teams that's gonna be out in the second round probably, but it's all right, bro.
That's true. That's true, bro. So what we got? We got one of our title contenders coming up. Isaac, you brought this up here. So we got the Warriors and the Grizzlies. It's getting to be a little bit of a hot rivalry. Contender? I'm still going Warriors when Steph is healthy. I think they round out into form. I don't consider the Grizzlies contenders in the West.
Yeah, they tend to do that bullshit.
So we saw the game on Christmas. Clay was talking that ish to Dylan Brooks. Do the Warriors have the Grizzlies number or vice versa? You know what I mean? We could think about it that way. Grizzlies did a lot of speaking before the game. John Moran stated that there are no threats in the West, but he is more concerned about the East. Should the Grizzlies be considered in the championship picture going forward for this season?
That is a blasphemous ass quote. By the way.
I saw
they did before you go. They did say that they're get this dynasty rolling, and then Clay shut that down.
I'm talking about the blasphemous quote of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
he's just stirring the pot, though.
Yeah, they said that Dylan Brooks was the one to say, we got to get this dynasty rolling. After the game on Christmas, Clay shut it down. I think that dynasty talk is you shouldn't say that because you haven't won anything. So I'm just saying. But go ahead, V. Go ahead.
I saw a tweet, and it was, as long as Dylan Brooks is on the Memphis Grizzlies, they are not a contender.
That's so bogus.
They were calling out his IQ, both in terms of shot selection and just general. I think he lets the moment get to him, and I think it's a young team. They're all, a lot of them are very emotional players. Ja, I think, has proven that as well. But Ja puts on. He
Ja shows up though. Ja shows up.
Game yesterday.
Still, that's just not something that you say. That's overlooking 10 teams that knock you out.
But I think when it comes
that's not even my argument.
The Grizzlies being contenders, I think they're close, but they're still something away.
Ways away.
No, I don't think they're ways away. I think they're figure out how to get the best out of Jaren Jackson consistently without him getting into foul trouble.
Oh my God.
A big ask.
He played 10 minutes and got 5 fouls.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, he's on my fantasy team. I'm aware. Oh. I'm going through it this week if y'all can't tell. But I think he is very key to their potential, being the defensive monster that he is. If he can stay out of foul trouble, especially picking up a lot of the tic-tac fouls on screens and stuff like
jersey, all that other shit. Yeah.
Which obviously when you're playing against Draymond and he will, he'll do stuff, you'll try to get it back and you'll get called. It's nothing new. But they have to figure out how to maximize Jaren Jackson on both ends of the floor.
Yep.
And I think they need a vet outside of Steven Adams, somebody who with a little bit more versatility in their game, maybe on perimeter, to just help hold it down when things get somebody they can really rely on. Just because I feel like obviously we know Ja's more of a slasher. He's at about 2 threes a game this year, a little under that, but still more of a slasher. You have inconsistent shooting all around him, aside from Desmond Bane, who's working back from injury. So I think they're just a couple, figure something out and maybe change a piece here or there, and then they're there. But I think they're still they're away. They've got work to do still.
Okay, what you got?
I ain't gonna lie. For somebody that says no threats to the West and they sit 9-9 against the West, that's blasphemous to me, in my opinion.
Stupid. Crazy. You get way too ahead of yourself.
They're third, and they're 3-2 in their own division. And the teams that's around them at 1-2 and 4-5 have better conference records than them. Yeah. And the Clippers, Phoenix, New Orleans, Denver, Dallas is better than them right now, in my opinion. And if
you can go pretty far down, and there's teams that are better than them.
And this is a Clippers team that has missed both of their best players for a lot of games too, and they're hanging around.
And they're sitting fourth. Yeah, and that's my another thing. And that Dylan Brooks tweet was kind of awesome, to be honest with you, because I just don't think he shows up in big games. His shot selection is purely terrible. He's all emotion, in my opinion. Jaren Jackson, I'm not a big fan of. I think he was in my Bam Adebayo. You need to prove to me something.
He needs to be refined a little.
Yeah, refined a little bit. Get some more confidence back in his game or something, because it's to me right now, he's to get the 5 fouls in 10 minutes, or 9 times out of 10, it's those big games. We've seen a lot in the playoffs of him just getting random fouls and he's out the whole first half. And then it's your whole rhythm's broke. And I think those are games he has to figure out, how can I stay on the floor during those minutes or those times where they need me out there? Because you can't keep relying on Brandon Clark, who's undersized. He plays good, but Brandon Clark's undersized.
And his offensive game is limited too, which I think when you're looking at Ja Morant and Steven Adams on that team, you can only run so many minutes of these big guys whose offense is limited to 3 to 5 feet around the rim, because you need that space to open up for Ja. And that's where I think Jaren is so important to this team, because he can shoot. Is he consistent? No. Yeah. But he's averaging, I think, close to 2 threes a game, along with the 3 blocks, 1 steal. He can do it all. And they need him to be out there and hitting shots to force the defense to respect him. Out deep, for them to really make an impact.
That's the thing too, is I think it really showed a lot. Again, 10 minutes, 5 fouls, but you saw those first 3, Jenkins pulled them out right away. Once he got that 4th one, once he got that 5th one, the 4th one in the first minute, took him out right away. Brought him back in a couple minutes later, got another one, took him out right away. Well, I think that shows in the coaching is look, that shows your coach doesn't believe that you can stay out there and you can't keep your hands to yourself. You can't play without giving up fouls.
He gave him trust when he got him a 3.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. When you keep going and your coach, you literally play 20 seconds and then you get taken out again. But that also shows that again, he fouls out 1 in every 17 games that he plays. That's his stat.
Holy shit.
He fouls out 1 in every 17 games.
And that's not counting the 5 foul games, right?
Correct. Correct. But what does that show from a coaching standpoint? Is like,
so
okay, man,
undisciplined.
We can't do anything about this guy. He's gonna get his fouls.
What it shows.
We got to mess up our rotation to back you up, and then you're still not gonna be able to help us because then you're gonna be playing a whole different type of basketball. I can't trust you with fouls.
That sticks in the whole argument that me and Isaac are kind of going with like the Dillon Brooks thing. Just too energetic, too undisciplined.
Again, it's that young team.
Jaren Jackson, too undisciplined. And then when your leader is John Morant, who's not staying quiet, keeping his head down, working hard. Not saying he doesn't work hard. He probably is one of the hardest.
No, but he does it loudly.
But he does it really loudly.
Yeah.
And he lets people know about it. And he, it's just not the type of leader you need for guys like that. You want somebody who's getting in your face, like, why the fuck you keep fouling people like this? Like,
well, I think with Jaren too,
you need somebody to be more
he's
disciplined.
Such a good shot blocker, and he's good at reading passing lanes and poking balls out. Like you want him
good at a lot of things.
You want him to keep his hands active. Like he's at his best when he is being a nuisance. The issue is there's games here and there where and again, this also comes down to the referee.
Not here and there, 1 in 17.
Yeah, it's not here. Yeah. That's the thing, though.
1 in 17 ain't. Y'all are acting like it's like every 3 games.
It's not bad, but still, you shouldn't.
It takes a lot. Like that's not a common thing. But when you are a defensive monster like that,
but when he's not that important to your team, and you're fouling out like that,
he has to understand that when he picks up his 3rd foul, all right, maybe don't go up for that block where I'm a second behind, right? Or don't try to reach. Right, he's got to learn those types of things.
What you got? What you got to say to that?
He has to learn how to be, as me and Siege just said it. He has to learn how to be more disciplined in those situations. Like it can't be somebody drive to the lane and I hack down as hard as I can. Like you can't tell me that. We didn't watch Draymond get 5 and stay on the floor the rest of the game and still make defensive plays.
Yeah, exactly.
Jaren Jackson is not capable of that because either he's going to reach on a play he doesn't have no business reaching on. Or I love that activity, but that might not be the one we need. I probably just need you to just stay solid, jump up. You don't got to block it, just jump up. You change the shot by just putting your hands up. Yeah. Like that's my whole thing with Jaren Jackson. If he can't stay on the floor, 1 in 17 might not sound a lot, but when it gets to the playoffs and it's the first half, and he has 3, and he has 4, or he has 2, you got to take him out the first quarter. It builds. It continually builds.
Only playing 20 minutes is not what they need.
Yeah,
no,
I don't. 20 minutes.
Yeah, in those games he's flustered like that. Danny even just pointed out, you go in, take him out, he comes back, get 2 more, take him out.
And then the problem is that's rubbing off on those other guys like a Dillon Brooks who are now getting more chippy and whatnot, and then he's falling out. And that's one of your better perimeter defenders.
And the thing is too, that takes away from the effectiveness of your bench. Like we can say the Grizzlies have a great bench, they have a great supporting cast, but that takes away from, again, Brandon Clark can't play. Granted, he can play 30-35 minutes if he's really needed, but he's more effective in that 20 to 25 minute stretch.
Right.
Are the Grizzlies going to be contenders? They are, but they're going to be a regular season team again, in my opinion. Maybe they'll win the first round game. They'll win a first round game, or first round series. I'm sorry, but I don't think they're not for another at least couple of years, or like B touched on, if they don't make a decent move to get like a solid vet. So it just all depends, man. But the Warriors have their number. The Grizzlies just got to stop talking. At some point, you guys just got to stop talking. You guys got whooped and all that. You guys got beat by them. They knocked you guys out. They showed you guys up on Christmas with no Curry and with no Wiggins. And your team was practically healthy, and you guys couldn't do a damn thing because you guys let your emotion.
I feel like just think of how much better it would feel if you stay quiet, work hard, and then come back to that game and just whip their ass, bro. I feel like that's always so much more rewarding than, we won 1 game and then you're loud as fuck about it and then getting smacked.
The important aspect though, don't again, they have a great time pre-game. We've been seeing their videos, them, turning up in the tunnel and all that on the way to the court. Don't change that. Keep that energy, but you have to focus that energy into positive things instead of just being undisciplined and not mature. You gotta focus it into being positive. Because I'm taking again, with the Warriors healthy versus the Grizzlies healthy, I think everybody 9 times out of 10 is going to take the Warriors, if we're all just being honest.
Yeah, at least right now,
yeah, that's all I'm saying for that. So real quick before we finish off this one, should the Grizzlies be considered for in the championship picture? Let's say let's say let's go for this year. I say no. I don't. They're far off from being a championship contender, especially in the West.
I would say go ahead, Isaac.
I think too many teams got better than them this season. Like New Orleans got better than them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Portland can low-key steal some games. I ain't gonna say they're better than them. They could probably steal some games from them with the way they play and how lengthy they are.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix is above them. Denver is above them. The Clippers are above them. Golden State, even though they 10th above them, I just don't see it. Too many teams ahead of them.
I would say you never know in basketball because of injuries, but at this current point, I don't see them as a serious threat for a title.
Yeah.
Again, until they stay healthy and everyone else gets hurt. I mean, you look at a different story, but right now, I think there's too many things need to go perfect for them to have a title run.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
That's the best way to put it, I'd say.
All right, good. All right, so we talked about again, me and Isaac got a little bit heated about Joel Embiid, so we're gonna
bring it back. We're
gonna bring him back. So Isaac, what you got?
To you.
You don't want to talk to me.
No, we're gonna talk. He's gonna talk to us for this.
We'll mediate. It's okay.
You gotta talk to me, brother. You gotta talk to me. So what you got with Joel Embiid, bro, in the MVP talk, scoring title, etc. What you got for me?
With the man that's averaging 33.7 points per game, Danny.
Updated,
are you listening?
Updated,
okay.
Correct.
Updated. Are you listening? Will Joel Embiid win MVP this season and a scoring title, or just either or? And are the 76ers a serious contender?
I'll start. He will not win MVP or a scoring title because Senior Luka Doncic's updated average is 33.6 after tonight's game. So he's right behind him, and he ain't got a Tyrese Maxey coming back to take 15 shots from him.
Well, that's a good point.
I also will not, again, MVP, I think it's going to come down to Luka or Tatum at this current pace.
Wow.
I still think the way Boston is just winning games.
Yeah. Giannis is still up there, right?
Giannis is up there through his individual performance, but I think if the Celtics continue winning games at this pace, they will be by and far the number one seed in the NBA. And a lot of times if they went on they've gone on a cold streak recently. They're
1-5 streak,
5-5 in their last 10. But I don't know, man. They just seem different. So as of right now, I don't think so. If he keeps it up, it's possible. But I think the natural regression of having Maxey come back,
27, 28.
I think it's just inevitable. I do think, though, that he is in a very good spot to win Defensive Player of the Year, anchoring the number 2 defense in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't the question, B.
That's what I'm saying. He's not.
Are
they serious containers? Containers. They're not containers. They're contenders. I do think they're contenders. Again, number 2 defense in the league. Defense wins chips, right? And I think they have enough scoring.
Especially in the playoffs when it gets to half court.
Yeah. If their defense can keep it up, I think they have enough scoring. I think Harden becoming more of a playmaker suits them in the playoffs rather than him having to be carry them on offense.
Especially because then Maxey can be the number 2 scorer.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think they are in a really good spot in terms of contention. But unless Luka slows down or the Sixers catch up to the Celtics and the Bucks up top, which it's all really close, but the standings matter unless you're Nikola Jokic and you have all these weird advanced stats that no one understands in your favor. I think it'll be tough for him to win MVP.
He ain't winning MVP, man. I'll go next. Shit.
The Don.
Yeah, come on.
Luka Doncic.
So my top 3 is right now is Luka, Giannis, and Joel. Tatum 4. But it's not like it's far. You know, it's not like I'm saying
like one good game.
Like I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it's like right.
Are you sure one isn't far ahead of the others?
One is far in my opinion.
Right now,
come on, Isaac. Isaac, you got to take your bias out of this.
There's no bias in this.
There's a bit of bias.
My favorite. The bias if I was like Devin Booker was for MVP. That's bias. I didn't say that, did I? No. Joel Embiid is an MVP. He will. He has a chance. I think I'm more appalled than everybody saying he has no chance. Like
I didn't say he had no chance. I had him in my top 3.
But no. The only way he loses.
The question is, will he win?
Yeah.
My answer is no, he will not win MVP.
The only way he
Vitor makes a great point. Maxey will come back and command 10 plus shots a game. That instantly takes away. He's at 33, not 40. It's gonna regress back to his 28. Maybe it goes to 29 or 30, but Luka's still gonna be consistently 2-3 points ahead of that.
I'm gonna say it's pending that performance.
I got a stat to bring up talking about MVP and all that include. So NBA teams were 0 and 13,884 in the last 20 seasons when trailing by at least 9 with 35 or fewer seconds remaining. Luka Doncic, however, decided that doesn't matter.
Oh,
and that he was going to take his team to overtime. Going to take that team to overtime.
Stat right there.
That's like LeBron is the first player to have 25 points, 10 and 10, 55% shooting.
I got a Shams notification.
Oh my god.
Or was it a Woj? No, it was a Woj notification. My bad.
Yeah, ESPN.
Retweeting Tim McMahon, who is also an ESPN guy. Pulling that off.
Bro,
I don't know. I think it's very difficult to look at.
Look, I'm not gonna argue. Y'all got great arguments. I like the other guys. I don't want to even talk about the other guys, except for I ain't putting Giannis in that combo right now. But it's okay. I'm tired of seeing Giannis. I'm tired of seeing Jokic.
Giannis, for me, Giannis is at the point where LeBron was a few years ago, where it's just he's there because he's consistently the best player.
I feel like him and Jokic both need to be in that boat of like, look, you've won your you've won your MVPs. Show us something else. Show us something different. Like if Jokic can continue doing 40-point triple doubles for the rest of the season, sure, then okay, earned it. But
it's like we've already reached the cap of what, like we've already as viewers we've reached the cap of what we've seen they can do.
He also won't win the scoring title.
He won't win the scoring title.
But they are a contender.
Look, I'm just
my answers are the same.
I'm gonna just go like this. I'm gonna hopefully this make Isaac
he might give you
a
clean sweep of a no.
Hopefully this will make Isaac smile a little bit. Will he win MVP? No. Will he win the scoring title? No. So are they contenders in the East? Yes. But they're not contenders to win no championship.
I want to scream so bad I can't.
You can put yourself on mute, brother. We'll let you. We'll let you.
But if you would have worded the question better, we might have been able to make you smile. Does Embiid have a chance to win the MVP?
Yes,
of course.
Does he? Hey, wait. Does he have a chance to win?
Will he win it?
Does he have a chance? Does he have a chance to win the scoring title?
Yes. Every player has a chance to win a scoring title.
Do they have a chance to contend for a title?
Yes. There you go. Come on.
You asked, will he win it? I do not think he will. I think Luka is making
also
it
think
similar
I saw a point.
Go ahead.
We talked about voter fatigue a lot. It only really applies to guys that have either done it too much, like LeBron, or that people that they don't really like. Media doesn't like Harden, and media doesn't like Embiid. They're not.
Yeah, it took Harden to average 35 in a season.
Yeah,
to win an MVP.
They're not well liked.
At that point, it was like, all right, fuck, just give me one so we don't have to vote for him again.
As much as it sucks, that is the reality of awards. Is that's a reason why Jokic is going to have a really good chance to win another MVP. So because they love him.
They do.
Bro.
That's the reality of it. You got to understand, life's not fair, and this is part of it.
This is the casual NBA nowadays, Isaac.
Y'all just get ready, bro. Phoenix gonna turn it around and win it all this year.
Oh, now we got Phoenix. God. Oh, here we go.
Bro. Like, let's just, man, y'all breaking my heart.
Playing at an elite level right now.
Y'all killing me.
But we're sorry, Isaac. We just had to gang up.
It's cool though. You said y'all got him as y'all game a chance.
He 100% has a chance.
Yeah, he has a chance.
It's really tough to keep this up when you get healthy.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
No, it's just the fact we got Dan saying Brooklyn better than Philly. It's too much, bro.
I also think that if you want to,
that's a 7-game series.
That's getting clipped. Hey, best believe that's getting clipped.
Go ahead.
If you want to be legitimate contenders, you can't need Embiid to go 40 and 15.
Yeah, but the problem is he's done that for consistent playoff series.
No, what I'm saying is
still
this team, the way they're playing right now, as Maxey comes back, they need to figure out how to keep that defense up and incorporate Maxey to get the best out of him.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the best chance to win, is continue to improve and add upon what you have, not have this guy come back.
If
now
they
all
can
of a sudden,
do that, that's really fucking scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
so
exactly.
he can come in, get 10 to 15 shots up, be efficient with it. But
while Embiid still
5,
has like
10 defense,
and while Embiid still gets 30, 35, then we can start talking about it. But until then,
the efficiency would have to stay really high, though.
Yeah.
And Isaac, before we go on to the next part, Doc Rivers ain't that guy, dog.
Yeah, I do agree. I'll agree with Dan on this one.
This isn't 08 anymore, my brother. This ain't 08. Okay.
Yeah, the league scoring back then was like a good high scoring game would finish 95 to 94.
Man, y'all stop bullying Isaac right now. Y'all need to back the hell up.
Hey, Isaac,
y'all need to back the hell up.
I gotta get it out before the new
back
year,
the hell up, Dan. You talking real big right now.
No, this guy right here. This guy right here.
You're spicy. Hey, don't worry about it.
That's getting clipped, though. I'm telling you right now, it's getting clipped.
But I'm still torn between that.
But
torn between that series. I hope it happens.
Yeah, I do hope it'll be a great series, I think. With the Nets winning, of course. But one team a couple teams that I do want to talk about.
7-game coin flip.
Yeah. Couple of teams that I do want to talk about, though. Again, young teams. Just to touch on it a little bit before we get into the next segment of the NBA.
I got my answer.
It's not a good one. I think it might be easy. At first, I
know his answer.
I don't know if you do.
First I kind of thought of this, and then I was like, it's probably really easy. So if y'all want to make it quick, we can. But which team has the brighter future? Orlando Magic or the Houston Rockets?
I'm gonna let Isaac go.
Orlando.
I'm just gonna argue my topics.
I think that's
I got Orlando, though. You got to think about it. That team to me is a couple pieces away, because you got a nice Franz Wagner there. You got a Paolo Banchero there. Wendell Carter's been playing really well for that team.
It's like there's an actual direction now.
I think now they found some like a solidified, I don't want to say core just yet, but like something solidified to what, hey, we can start moving in this direction with these guys. And I think they literally found the stable in Paolo Banchero, because I think he's going to be a future talent to come, like a dog to come.
Stud.
Can I just make a point that Jonathan Isaac is still an NBA player?
He hasn't played in 3 years.
He's on my watch list. In my fantasy
2.5 years, I think.
He hasn't played since the bubble.
It's his knees, man.
Yeah, 2.5. He got them Brandon Roy knees.
Well, apparently he was doing a bunch of like anti-vax campaign and shit while he was rehabbing last year or whatever.
I'm sticking with Orlando as well. I think Isaac made a good point, or Danny made a good point with the direction, the fact that you're kind of you've checked off a lot of boxes in multiple positions, that now it feels like maybe if you can get a real coach in there to kind of,
I mean, they have been playing better under Mosley.
Yeah,
they have been playing better.
I don't know.
They do. I think they need to figure out their logjam at point guard.
I think it might be just like a bridge thing,
Yep.
Yeah.
Between now, you get a coach who can really push you to that playoff level.
It's like from when the Bulls were with the Bulls how they had Vinny Del Negro. They were 41 and 41 for 2 years. Tibbs, and then all of a sudden took off. So it's gonna maybe like he'll build them up, and then it'll be like, okay, we need to.
Because I really like the roster construction. They're huge, but yet super skillful at a lot of positions.
So it sounds like Danny agrees that the Magic have a brighter future.
Yes, I do.
Who you going with?
And okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit of devil's advocate, just because I do think the Magic, as of right now, do have a better future. As of right now,
that's not.
I think the Rockets have more potential. They have a lot of raw talent on the roster.
I just don't think it's.
They need a lot of things to come together.
You know who I really like?
Sengun.
Yep.
That's the only thing. And Jalen Green is good from this conversation.
Jalen Green, I think
Sengun is a freak.
You have a lot of potential in guys like Tari Eason, Jabari Smith. Will they hit it? Will they be able to be
ties too?
Will they? Maybe not. I think they're a team that, like, best case scenario, they're gonna take off. But realistically, they've got a lot of talented guys who aren't gonna really do much, or not gonna develop as much as they need to be, especially when other young guys are developing next to them. Eric Gordon's got to go.
How is he still there?
I like KPJ a lot. Most people look down at him and see him as like the biggest problem with this team. They might need more of a playmaker in that role. But I think he's capable of it. He's shown a lot of growth in Houston. But again,
on the ball, but
I think, like I said, best case scenario.
Yep. Damn, bro. I fucking love you.
Best case scenario, I think Houston's future is better, but realistically, Orlando's already they're a step or two ahead, and they look like they're climbing up the stairs, while as the Rockets are waiting for the elevator.
I just feel like the Rockets are just giving a couple guys the ball and just hoping they go for 30, 40.
The Rockets is sitting outside the building like, I'm trying to get inside the building first right now.
Yes.
Before they even get to the elevator.
I think they've got a lot of talent on the roster.
They do.
Where?
Jalen Green, Şengün, Jabari Smith, Tari Eason. Like they've got a lot of young guys.
But they all don't
Jabari Smith is out there for cardio. Okay. I'm still stuck with that. I'm sticking with that until he changes my mind. He is out there for cardio. Yes, he had a good game yesterday. Shout out to him, but 9 times out of 10, his next 2 games, he's probably gonna give me 1 rebound again. He's out there for cardio. Tari Eason has shown he can be that guy, but yes, he's still young. They don't have a coach either. I don't see it.
Unfortunate, bro. I feel so bad.
I do think, like I said, I said Orlando does have a better future as of right now. I just think the potential with all the talent, I think the pure talent.
There's no meshing the talent doesn't.
But like to say for me, right? For me, my argument to your potential is this. My argument to your potential is this, because this team is almost as damn near the same age as the Houston Rockets in a sense.
Yeah,
a blossoming Bobo at 23, a 20-year-old dog and a 20-year-old dog in Paolo Banchero. You still have a 21-year-old dog in Franz Wagner and 25-year-old Mo Wagner that showed you some stuff. Wendell's still 23. That team has so much they can build. A true
they're already so much farther ahead.
Jalen Suggs, 21. He actually has time to develop a little bit more if he wants to, and he's showing you glimpses of how his speed can translate. So I don't see it. Like, they got great scores like a Jalen Green. Jabari Smith has to show me a whole different game or like
mentality.
A whole mentality. Like, instead of just being on the floor for cardio, how about give me some rebounds consistently a game, baby? Like,
wasting that height, he wasting that athleticism.
Yeah, man. Like, I love that kid coming out of Auburn. I ain't gonna lie, the kid can shoot. He ain't doing that well. I knew he couldn't take nobody off the dribble because the summer league showed us that, and I just don't see it, bro.
I think it was
you're insulting his rebounding too much. He's averaging 7.2. He's rebounding,
but it just don't show up. It's
everything else. It's everything else. The shooting, 2 3-pointers made, but he's shooting like 30-something%.
Yeah, it's just not effective at that point. I just think too, there's a lot more chemistry issues on the Rockets. At some points or at most points, it looks like they don't really enjoy playing with each other. Versus Orlando.
Disagree with that one wholeheartedly.
Versus Orlando?
No, just that they don't enjoy playing with each other.
It's just the style of the ball.
I see that there's
comparisons to Orlando though.
Play, but those guys go out there and they play like brothers. I don't see guys like
compared to Orlando.
No, I'm saying in general. You're talking about them not
We're talking about them not having chemistry in comparison to Orlando.
We're not because they have chemistry. It's not like they're
not compared to
Orlando.
Orlando.
They're not looking like the Nets with Steve Nash.
No,
they're out there. They're playing for
Orlando.
Each other.
They look it's night and day. Night and day.
I think everyone's make me get on you, brother. Now
everyone's overhyping this Orlando team. They're still fucking like 11 and 20 something. They're not good. Yes, they have direction and they have good pieces. But again, you talk about inconsistency. Franz has one game where he's at 27 and 8, and the next game he drops 12, 4 and 2. He's still not there yet. He's talent, but you guys are giving them way too much credit.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Jabari's raw.
Exactly. Come on.
But it's not like I still think I don't think it's as big of this gap you guys are making it out to be.
I mean, it's not like this. I'll go screen wise.
In my eyes, it's like this.
Well, I know
one at the top of the screen and one at the bottom.
Here, where you at? Where you at? See, I'll put it like there. That's the bottom. Keep going up for me real quick.
One's
Keep going
at the
up.
top and one's at the bottom. That's my screen. The length of the screen.
It's 13 and 22 versus 10 and 24. Come on now,
bro. If you put like a star guard, and I feel like you put a star guard in Houston, like a super, not even like a.
You mean in Orlando or
Orlando? Put a star guard in Orlando, like somebody solidified guard. Shit, you can put DeJounte Murray on Orlando. I put money they make the playoffs.
Oof. Yo,
that's what I feel.
He'd fit real nice in there.
That's how far they are. You could put
He'd fit real nice starter.
You could put James Harden trying to go back to Houston. Not gonna work at all.
Yeah, that news report was so off base.
But no, just I think you put any star back into Houston with their current team, they're not good still.
Nope.
You could put Chris Paul, who's never lost a season, with that team. I still don't think they do.
I agree. After that last segment, Isaac, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Flipping sides more than LeBron James in fucking 28.
That's okay.
2018.
That's okay. So we are, at least, except for Vitor, you want to get, again, devil's advocate. He's going for
No, he's lying. He literally said Orlando's.
No, I did say Orlando. I'm just fighting. I still think Houston's got a lot of talent and they've got a very high ceiling. If they can
hell of a lot farther behind.
They can make it work. Yes, but that's not what we're not talking about exactly 3 years from now, are we? We're just talking about future. If it's whether it's 3 years from now or 6 years from now,
give me Orlando.
We'll see.
Hey, no, don't go say 6 years from now.
Hey, that's when
6 years from now when they have a whole brand new roster.
6 years from now when Jabari Smith learns how to dribble a basketball, they'll be golden.
He'll be out of the league before that.
He might not even be in Houston no more.
Exactly. Man, those last two right there were spicy. But to finish out the NBA segment part, I got a would you rather for you guys.
I've been staring at this roster for the last 10
minutes. Well, they beat our roster.
My eyes are bleeding.
So I got a would you rather for you guys. So you guys didn't know, but I chose Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, Isaac's just gonna pick the opposite every time.
No, he's not.
That makes two of us.
Bruno Fernando or Cat?
So I got a good.
Let me get Willie Hernan Gomez.
I got a decent amount of players. I got about 10 players or so. So we're going around guards, we're going forwards, we're going centers. So for Karl Anthony Towns, would you rather
big guard? So would
you rather have Karl Anthony Towns or DeAndre Ayton?
DA.
Y'all said DA.
Ayton.
Okay, I had to make sure you said DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
DA.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking DA.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think that's any surprise coming from Isaac.
I don't think either of them. That's a really annoying one because I think
they
both
come up short in my opinion.
I don't like either of them, but at least DA can play a little bit.
Isaac's like, damn, I had one segment off.
At least DA can play a little bit of defense.
All right.
Get a little bit meaner, baby.
Karl Anthony,
tell him that he loves him.
Karl Anthony Towns, or I think this one's easy. Rudy Gobert.
Ugh, kill me.
Rudy.
Oh, I think I'll take Cat.
Rudy.
Christian's like, how long we got?
I mean, what is Cat one? At least Rudy's got 3 depoys.
Rudy.
Which shows that one is absolutely elite at the one side he's good at.
One has only came out in one playoff game, while the other has shown me defense for all playoff games. So
hey, I'm just saying, Cat does have a 3-point shooting contest championship.
Just because of that, just because you said that stupid shit. Give you Rudy Gobert. Ain't no player changed the trade market like Rudy Gobert ever did.
Oh God!
You ruined the trade market.
Karl Anthony Towns or Paolo Banchero.
Paolo Banchero. Yeah, even now.
Paolo's almost as good, and he's what? How many years younger?
I don't know if he's as good as a 3-point shooter.
Almost all around, almost as good, and he is way younger.
I think work better, ball handling better, vision better. If he get a jump shot, more consistent. Mentality better.
Cat also feeds into that too emotional side.
Yeah, but he feeds.
Dude, what did he do in that?
On it in like the bitch way.
What did he do in that one playoff game where he had like 5 fouls and like
Was that the game he was like, damn, Minnesota now, and they came back and he got like
and then fouled out in 12 minutes?
Next one I got for you guys, Karl Anthony Towns or Bam Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo. I feel like this is I think you set this up for me to just go exactly opposite of Cat every time. I think.
Hey, if Isaac's picking Bam over you,
I think the Rudy and Cat one was close. I really wanted to take Cat.
That's one of those where it's really difficult because they're both so bad.
I don't feel like Cat is truly elite on offense in the way that Rudy is truly elite on defense.
Yeah, that's
you're not using the same realm as me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I mess with it. Next one here.
He's just also a pussy.
Karl Anthony Towns, or
that's a lot coming from you.
Karl Anthony Towns or Domantas Sabonis.
Oh, Sabonis. Oh, give me Saboner.
I don't really like Sabonis. I thought I liked Sabonis, but the last year
I don't like him. Like, I think he's annoying, and he likes to be. He likes to get the little cheap hits in.
Man, but
he's a good player.
The first half of the season before the year he was traded, he was eating.
Yeah.
And then I feel like he started stinking, and then the trade happened, and he stunk it up the last half of the year. It hasn't been great. I feel like
this man is acting like
I'm gonna go with Cat. No,
Cat.
Give me Sabonis. There's not many big.
He's definitely more all around.
Yeah,
but I don't like on his day. Sabonis is better.
18, 12, and 7 assists.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's more all around.
Yeah,
he's not a pure scorer the way that Cat is.
I'm gonna take Cat.
I think Sabonis is a better playmaker, better rebounder, and he can be as good of an offensive player when he's not playing next to like a De'Aaron Fox who commands a lot of shots.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like rolling the dice. I feel like
I also trust
for 50.
I would trust Sabonis to give me a more consistent line over the course of a season, whereas Cat, I feel like you'll get a 30-point game where he hits 8 threes, and then he'll have
24.
He'll have a stinker where he's like at 12. He gets 12 points with 5 fouls, and his defense is non-existent. I mean, neither of them really play defense, so it's kind of washed there. But
he chose a good player because I don't like Sabonis.
Would you rather have?
He was on the same page as me.
Would you rather have Cat? I'm about to say Cat
Williams again.
Karl Anthony Towns.
I forgot he did that before.
The guys are gonna love this one.
I just almost went with it again. Karl Anthony Towns or Kristaps Porzingis.
Cat Williams.
Tingus. Give me Tingus.
Whoa. Cat Williams. I hate KP more than I hate Cat Williams.
They're both soft, bro.
Give me KP.
KP is way softer than Karl Anthony Towns. KP is Charmin tissue soft.
I think his joints are Charmin tissue soft, but he himself's got some dog in him. Cat's got no dog in him.
Bro, KP is soft as his
he's got a cheesy, cringy dog in him.
Yes.
That's what Cat does.
Like an animated fucking chihuahua.
Yeah, little chihuahua.
Hey, Cruzy, when you listen to this, make sure you give Danny some more shit for the Cat Williams thing.
Yeah,
that was
so who you got, Cat?
Karl Anthony Towns.
See,
I'm not gonna take the guy.
I'm pretty sure Porzingis has better numbers all across, not assists this year, but everywhere else.
Bro,
but throughout his whole career, bro, give me Cat.
Pingus
is such a disappointing ass player.
Okay.
I feel like he's been gone under the radar the last few years.
Right, but think of the
he never touched his radar. Besides, why he was in New York, he's not that. He doesn't want to play his own.
Cats at least.
He's averaging like 22 and 9.
No, it's not that. He is not that. He is definitely not that.
Let's see here.
These Cats still playoffs.
Karl Anthony Towns, or again another player having a little bit of a down year, Zach LaVine.
Zachary.
I don't know, dude. I'm starting to lose faith in that. I'm starting to lose faith in that motherfucker.
He looked good for 3 games before yesterday.
He gets so annoying.
Give me Zachary.
Zachary. V's with Zach as well. What you got, see?
Yeah, Zach LaVine.
Zach, okay.
And I am losing faith a little bit.
I'm not. I want to trade DeMar so bad.
Karl Anthony Towns or Lauri Markkanen.
Ooh. Can I trust Lauri?
What in the fucking recency effect are you throwing at me right now?
Can I trust? It's the recency bias in combination with Cat being.
That was my pick.
Give me Cat.
I got Lauri.
There you go.
You got Charmin versus what's another toilet paper brand?
Yep.
You got toilet paper.
You pick KP. Here. I pick Lauri Markkanen. So
no, I'm picking. I'll pick Lauri. He's got more room to grow.
There you go. Going off the potential. Okay. Next one I got here, Karl Anthony Towns or Tyler Hero.
Oh, never mind. Cat. Give me Cat. I said the other guy too early.
I'll take Tyler Hero.
Yeah, okay. You sure, Isaac? You want to take Cat?
I don't think he's averaging like 21 right now.
Oh, I thought you said Vitor said Cat.
I think Hero's averaging like 21 right now.
I don't like neither guy.
I don't like either guy.
I don't like either guy either, but
Tyler Hero.
Y'all been listening to Jack Harlow way too much.
Hey, that song's fire. That song is fire. I don't.
Oh, there he goes.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Why'd I say anything?
That's one of my favorite songs right there. Next one here, Karl Anthony Towns, or I have to throw this one in there as the last guy, even though he doesn't play that much anymore.
Oh no, who I thought it was.
Derrick Rose.
Oh, Karl Anthony Towns.
Hell no, I'm taking Derrick.
D-Rose.
You guys are ridiculous.
Oh yeah, man. My Chicago side is like D-Rose. Yeah, I'm taking D-Rose.
Hey, come on now.
What?
I don't need Cat blowing kisses to my fan base when he's getting his ass beat off the floor. Come on.
D-Rose is tougher than Cat.
Yeah, ridiculous.
D-Rose
was tougher than Cat when he had both his knees wrapped up. Come on now.
There you go.
Damn.
But
that's real shit. That had to be fair. That's not fair.
The other one I was gonna throw in was again another kind of player having a little bit of a down year. Karl Anthony Towns or Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
He punked Cat. What you mean, Jimmy?
Bro, he grabbed the third string and was like, come on, let's beat this bitch.
I'm just saying. Okay, y'all. Okay, Jimmy. Man, I thought this was good. I thought the Rudy Gobert one, I think, was really the only close one, along with Domantas Sabonis and maybe a little bit of KP. But...
I think Lauri Markkanen was. It's one of those where
Lauri's really on the tear, bro.
It's one of those where it's like, is it a 1 year thing? Is this the start of the rest of his career? Like, what's the truth behind Lauri Markkanen?
This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here in Utah. Oh.
The Utes, baby. The Utes.
Hey, I'm telling you, boy, Larry is feeling it in Salt Lake City.
That finishes it all for us, though. That finishes it all for us, though, for our NBA segment. That finishes episode number 29 for us.
We're going as we 30 go into next week, baby.
Yeah, 30 next
Big
year. Next year. Yeah, technically 30 is going to be next year. Starting
Isn't that what year you're turning in? October day coming up, right?
Damn,
30. 30 just yet. I got 4 more years.
My birthday on the 9th. We tweaking. Yeah. We first.
I got 4 more years till I hit 30. So let me be. My back hurts. My knees, my wrist.
Hey, don't talk about nobody knees.
I know. Your knees got surgery.
Don't talk about backs either.
Yeah, we all getting old, man. But
I'm good.
I was gonna say my knees need WD-40.
Maybe.
My bones are good. The joints that hold them together ain't.
Exactly. Man.
I need some WD-40. Anybody got some WD-40? Send some WD-40 for these knees.
Hey, sponsorship WD-40 right here. January 9th.
WD-40 in the mail.
Isaac, I'll get that in the mail fucking tomorrow, my guy.
There you go.
Yeah,
but I gotta go to the post office this week anyway.
My knees sound like squeaky door hinges.
Isaac's knees sound like rubbing 2 pickles together.
Might have to put that one in there. But thank you guys again for tuning in to episode number 29 here for our NBA segments. Again, look at our Instagram, our TikToks. Again, we're posting pretty much every day now. Every single day is a new video for you guys, and taking a chance to look into what we've been talking about on the episode. Again, tune into our YouTube. Feel free to subscribe. It is free to subscribe on YouTube. Currently at 20 subscribers, as we've been uploading more and more of our we've been uploading more and more of our episodes there. Again, subscribing is completely free. It just helps us grow our channel. So feel free to do that if you guys can. All of our links are on our Instagram page as well, so you guys can tune in and take a look at all of those there. But again, thank you guys for tuning into episode 29. Catch you guys next week again with our big reveal as well next week. So you guys will be able to see what that is going to be. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. What you got for me, C, before we finish it out?
Shout out Campbell's Soup, man.
Campbell's Soup, baby. Campbell's Soup season.
Ohio State.
But again, Happy New Year, you guys. Again, happy holidays. Let's bring some positivity into the new year. Let's make this year another great one for us here on the podcast.
That's a good point.
Yeah, let's make it another great year here as we almost reach a year with our podcast as well. So it's going to be huge. But thank you guys again for tuning in. And we will see you guys after the new year. Have a happy new year, everybody. Bye-bye.